What up, Ninja Clan, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am, as always, your host, the Atomic Ninja G, and today we're going to be taking a little look at the deck that I created for this year's Reign of Jafar draft battle. So before we start looking at the deck, let's look at the rules. The rules for draft battles are very much the same as a regular game of Lorcana, with three major differences. Firstly, you have to have 6 unopened packs of cards. You're not allowed to pre-open them, they have to be fresh and sealed. The second change is that instead of making a full deck of 60, you now have a deck of 40 cards. And the last big rule change is that ink restrictions do not apply, so you don't have to stick to just amber and amethyst or emerald steel. You can now have all the ink colours in your deck, including dual inks. So as you can see here, I'm just looking through the packs, taking a quick glance at what cards I have. You end up with 72 cards, I believe, from 6 packs. So having a quick overview and a quick idea of what's in those packs will really help me to whittle it down to 40 cards. So right now what I'm doing here is I am making 3 different piles: a yes, a no, and a maybe. In the yes pile, I'm looking for certain things. Anything that's a 1 cost is automatically going in the deck. Secondly, I'm looking for anything with evasive, and I'm looking for anything with resist. The last thing I'm really looking for is anything that allows me to mess with my opponent's hand, making my opponent discard cards or something like that is always an advantage in draft because the deck is smaller. So the more I can make my opponent discard, the more likely I am to make them deck out. In the no pile then, I'm basically looking for anything that's a conditional card. For example, if you have Elsa on the field, then Anna can do this. But if I have no Elsa cards, that Anna becomes a bit redundant, so she automatically goes in the no pile. The maybe pile is there so that if I don't get to 40 cards or more in the yes pile, the maybe pile then comes into play. And as you've seen, we now have 41 cards in the yes pile, so my deck is 1 card over. Now it's important to note here, you can take more than 40 cards, but personally I like to stick to the 40. It's just a personal preference. You can go more than 41. You could take all 72 if you really wanted to. I just wouldn't advise it. So what I'm doing now is I'm sorting through the cost of the cards. I'm looking at what's inkable, what's uninkable, and just generally looking to see which pile I've got the most of. Do I have enough 1-drops? Have I got too many 2-drops? What is going on with the general feel of the deck? And as I'm going through the rest of these piles, I'm looking at creating another yes-no pile system in order to find that 1 card to drop. So let's take a look at the deck in its entirety then. This is the whole deck that I took. A full deck list is in the description below for you to take a look at. Obviously, it's not a legal deck for regular construction, and I'm not going to go through the entire deck list now, but I am going to pick out a couple of cards that really impressed me. So first up, we have Hamster Ball. It's a 3-cost uninkable item card. Has Roll with the Punches. You exert this card and spend 1 ink. Chosen character with no damage gains resist 2 until the start of your next turn. This was a super useful card. I love spending all my ink in a turn, making full use of all my resources. Hamster Ball for me is a proper win. Then we've got this Stitch, Alien Troublemaker. He is a 4-cost inkable card, 3/4 quest for 1, and has the ability I Win. During your turn, whenever this character banishes another character in a challenge, you may draw a card and gain 1 lore. Now in draft battle, the ability to draw extra cards is amazing, and also the fact that when you banish something, you gain a lore. This Stitch is a really good card, not just for draft, but in general. I'm very much looking forward to making proper decks with a Stitch in it. This card is awesome. Then moving on to this 5-cost inkable Namari. She is a 0/5 quest for 2 and has 2 abilities. The first one is Strategic Edge. When you play this character, and at the start of your turn, you may draw a card, then choose and discard a card. So the keyword in this one is may draw a card. Because again, in a 40-card deck, you do not want to deck yourself. Meaning, you don't want to draw so many cards that you run out of cards in your deck, and if you can't draw from your deck, then you automatically lose. So the second ability then is Extreme Focus. This character gets +1 strength for each card in your discard. So when you play her, you're drawing a card and discarding a card, and at the start of all of your turns, you have the option to do that as well. The more cards in your discard, the stronger her strength. Now, a real pleasant surprise for me was this Arthur card. He is a 4-cost inkable card, has 6/6 quests for 3, and has the ability Normal Books. Skip your turn's draw step. Now, I took Arthur mainly because he was a 6/6, and I thought in a pinch I could play him, quest for 3, but I really don't like the fact that I have to skip my draw phase. Now, Arthur does show up in one of my draft battles, and I was pleasantly surprised at how good this card was. He is a target for your opponent that your opponent needs to take out, but that 6 strength means that most things that are going to challenge him are going to be taken out and get banished themselves, and the 6 willpower means he's going to be sticking around for a little while. And then the MVP of all my draft battles is the Blue Fairy. She's a 2-cost inkable card, 2/2 quest for 1, has evasive, and also has support. She did so much work for me in my draft battle games. I am not a massive fan of blue-purple as a whole, but all my days she makes me want to play blue-purple, and it might actually happen one of these days. So there we are, guys. That is a quick look at the deck that I took for the Reign of Jafar draft battle, and all 3 of the games that I played with this deck are coming out sometime really, really soon. I've got a big project on the go for somebody else at the moment, but once that's done, all the Lorcana stuff is going to be coming through thick and fast, including the Gauntlet and other games as well. So do me a favor, click that notification bell so that you don't miss the next Lorcana video that comes out. And while you're there, do me a favor, leave some comments, click that like button, and click that share button to help out the channel. Speaking of helping out the channel, we've got a goal this year to get to 500 subscribers. So I would super appreciate it, guys. If you're not a subscriber, click that subscribe button. It really helps out the channel, and it doesn't cost you a penny. But until next time, guys, I have been the Atomic Ninja G. You guys have been awesome. And this has been a Reign of Jafar draft deck breakdown.